Hawaiian translates into the belly button or the navel. Kind of looks like one too, right? Flip it around. This is the okole. Can everybody say okole?
Okole.
Very good. Now, okole in Hawaiian is going to have a few different meanings depending on who you're talking to here in Hawaii. Okole can translate into the behind, the butt, or more specifically, the butthole. Sorry, but now you know coconuts have fronts and backs to them too. When they wanted to husk open their coconuts in ancient times, they would go down to the beach, find a sharp blob of rock, sand, and smooth it down into the shape of this pickaxe I have welded here to the table. Or they would make short, sharpened stakes, kind of like miniature spears, drive those into the ground, and use that to husk open their coconuts as well. So when you start husking open up a coconut, you want to go from the pico side. That way this husk can open up just like a flower. And at this brown stage, the shell of that seed on the inside is fully formed, so this pickaxe is just going to bounce right around it. However, there is actually no machine in the world that can husk open every single coconut because they do all vary in size. So you never know how thick or thin the husk is going to be on the outside. And you don't know how big or little the seed will be on the inside either. So all the coconuts you have seen in those small, round, fuzzy stages at the stores and markets have most likely been hand husked. So if you have any engineers, entrepreneurs, or inventors out in the crowd, you can take your ideas to Shark Tank if you have a machine you think that could do the job. Make a quick buck and also make my job a little easier. But we do have some very fun husking records here in Hawaii. So over on the island of Oahu, there's a big Samoan guy. He works at the Polynesian Cultural Center, and he can husk his coconut open in 3 seconds. And I have seen him do it live. It's very impressive. If you don't believe me, he has a really short video you can watch on YouTube too. But we do like to call him a cheater here at the plantation because he does use a machete, so 3 quick chops and he's in. And he has way bigger muscles than me or any of my coworkers. But here on the island of Maui, there is a woman who lives in Lahaina, just on the other side of this mountain here, and she can husk her coconut open in about 2 to 3 minutes. So not as fast as 3 seconds, I know, but it's all about the technique. She actually makes us here at the plantation look like the cheaters too, because she doesn't use a machete or a pickaxe to husk open her coconuts. What she'll use instead to husk the coconut is her teeth. Yeah, it's true. She also has videos online if you don't believe me. Many people are trying to follow in her footsteps. But just a heads up, your discretion is advised for those of you with weaker stomachs. Can get a bit cringy to watch. But she has since recently retired, so she used to do shows on Front Street in Lahaina. Personally, I haven't met her before, neither have my coworkers. So for all we know, she could still have the world's nicest smile, or be missing all of her teeth by now, you never know. But once you do start to remove the husk from the coconut, it's no longer going to grow into a tree. So it does need this husk and the protection, the nutrients it provides to get to that stage. And also I know after taking off the husk, it might look like rubbish to us. So we think we might not need it, we can throw it away. But the ancient Hawaiians, and especially people all throughout coastal regions of the world, very much value this husk. So what the Hawaiians would do is they would pull the fibers off, strand by strand, and then they could braid it together, weave it together to make a very strong rope. So even if you took a few strands for yourself, just together a few times, you're going to find it's going to be very durable, and even when wet, it's not going to break apart. So then the Hawaiians would use this rope to tie their tools together, their roofs down of their houses, especially their canoes together for those long sea voyages. It holds up very well in the salt water. Now when it's dry, this husk works as a great fire starter. So it's going to light up very easily. Go for a good 20 to 30 minutes. I'm not going to demonstrate that for you guys now though, but you can try it for yourselves. However, if you were to do that, it would give off a lot of smoke. And that smoke does work as a great mosquito repellent. Bugs hate the smell of smoke as it is, but they especially hate the smoke from a burning coconut husk. So if you were to light one up, it would give off a very bad smell, kind of like burning goat hairs. So if you're ever at the beach for a barbecue, you can light one up and probably have the whole beach to yourselves. No people or bugs. But next up, I'll show you that every coconut in the world is going to have a little face to it. So, 2 eyes and a mouth. This one's kind of sticking tongue at you. Looks like a little bowling ball or a puffer fish, even a little monkey's face. One lady told me and my coworkers it looked like her ex-husband. No comment. But at home you can use a sharp object like a screwdriver or an ice pick. We're going to go over the soft spots of the coconut. So if you were to look at the eyes, you'll find it might stick a little bit, might puncture the eyes a bit, but it's going to take a very long time to poke all the way through these eyes. As you can see, they are a much harder part of the coconut. If you're to try to poke into the mouth, though, you're going to know it's the mouth because it goes in with very little effort compared to the eyes, because the mouth is the germinal spore of the coconut. So that means this is where the plant sprouts out of and turns itself into that nice big coconut tree. So this little white thing sticking tongue at you was the beginning of that coconut plant. It starts out very small in the mouth, but then soaks up all the liquid on the inside and starts sprouting out the roots and tree from there. However, since the mouth is that softer area of the coconut, that means it's also a place where bugs and insects can get into your coconut. Drain out all the liquid, make it a nasty coconut. One good way to check if your coconut is safe to open, even without taking off the husk, is by shaking it by your ear, if you saw I was doing that earlier when picking one of the coconuts. So if it sounds like a clear sound, like you're shaking a water bottle by your ear, it should be good enough to open. If it sounds like a slushy or something stuck in it, you want to be more careful with those coconuts. If you ever get to the mouth of the coconut and you see brown slime or sludge there, please do not crack that coconut open. You're going to find some maggots on the inside. We did have some nasty tours the other day, but we're good for today. So I just widen and open up the mouth, and we're going to check the liquid on the inside. Now many people can confuse this liquid coming out to be coconut milk because it can look cloudy white in color, but this is actually coconut water coming out. Now this coconut water, you can drink it at any stage, whether it's a green, yellow, or brown coconut. In the younger stages, the water is going to be very clear, very hydrating too because it's full of electrolytes. And actually works better than Powerade or Gatorade for all you athletes out there. However, at this brown stage though, this water has been sitting in the coconut for months and months longer. So it's been fermenting, getting a little bit more sour, more cloudy as you can see. And you can still drink it, but it is going to come with a few different effects. Because this water from the brown coconut does work as a natural laxative. So I know how traveling goes. You might get a lot of different foods, get a little blocked. Everybody need help going to the bathroom? No, I'm just kidding. We have about half an hour left in the tour. If you drink this, it's going to kick in about 15 minutes. There's no more stops along the way. Nobody wants to be the party pooper, right? Literally. But next I'll show you guys the easy way to crack open up a coconut, rather than throwing it on the ground hoping for the best.